Hello, everybody. It is July 19th, 2017, and... Oh, I apologize for the horrible sound I probably just made. Oh, I was drinking before, vodka, in a glass, and a lightning bug chose to commit suicide by jumping into the glass of vodka. And I'm like, you share some kinship with that bug. So, whatever. Tonight is another nightly journal vlog, I guess, of the game that I am currently playing, which is Grand Theft Auto 3, which is one of the games in my Steam library that I'm going to try to complete, whittle down, as it were. Been enjoying this, enjoying playing this, especially because the controls are a little different on PC than it was playing it on the PS2 back in the day. I do have to point out that I'm aware in the last video there was some issue with the screen blacking out. I haven't resolved that issue, although I think I know what the problem is. The problem is my mouse deviating from like where it is over here on the screen and then going off to my second screen over here where I have the recording software playing. So as long as I keep the mouse in this general play area, it should be fine. If it does go away, I should be able to correct it and fix it. Yeah, that's the only thing to say about that. I did say this was July 19th. I am coming off 3 days worth of long hours at my job. I had 2 8-hour shifts back to back. Today was a 6-hour shift. And I'm very thankful because now the rest of my week seems a little bit more easier. I have a 4-hour shift tomorrow, a day off, 7-hour day, but then another day off, and then I should have a day off after that where I'm going with some new friends that I made to a restaurant called Medieval Times. I'm looking forward to that. It's gonna be the high point of my month. So let's hope this all ends up going well. But for right now, let's play some Grand Theft Auto 3, man. Let's go ahead. Let's. Oh shit. Alright, I have just quitted the game. That is not what I wanted to do. Yeah, start Grand Theft Auto 3. This is what it's like. Yeah, this is what it's like. There we go. Yeah, whatever. Start game. Load game, that's what we wanted. It's gonna get the trunk. I'm so disappointed this didn't capture the video of the last mission where I had to kill those guys in the trunk back of the car, because that mission was such a pain in the ass on the PlayStation 2.
Am I gonna track you? Is that pickup line gonna work?
I don't think you should do that one, make up your own. I think it'd be better about it.
That's kind of funny. I take the Vortex very seriously. Matter of fact, so seriously that, nothing else matters to me. But I like being a kid, and I like being cool, and I always grew up cool, and I approached the whole metaphysical realm as best I could. I'm still being cool, but not becoming one of these loving lighters or nutty metaphysical people. So when I first saw Dogma in 2001, I didn't see the movie until 2001, and I saw Jay and Silent Bob. I looked at Sandra. I said, you see, those are the people that are going to take the not the doctorate, not the military. It's gonna be involved on one like this. Yes.
Alright, random beeper.
Get off the road!
Beeper sort of thing.
All the YM.
See? That's because I clicked off the wrong thing. Alright, let's see.
All the YM.
Alright, cool. Cool, so it's back now. So... There we go. Alright, let's start this new mission. I'm back between 6 and 14 per job. Damn it. Alright, let's go to over to Tony Cipriani's.
Or Fox or the government. You know, we had to get more serious. But when we're out there by ourselves, we have a blast. Unless what we encounter is deadly or evil, then instantly turn.
Of course, but when was the last time you guys were at the Vortex? What year?
I've been to the Vortex since I took the Discovery Channel people there in 2001. And there's a reason for that.
Oh.
The reason being that giant tuning fork.
Take a seat, kid. Take a goddamn seat. So the laundry won't pay any protection, huh? The triads think they can mess with me? Let's teach these would-be tough guys what it means to be a tough guy. Sorry, Ma. Yes, Ma. I want you to destroy their laundry vans and mangle any triad gimp that gets in your way. 8-Ball can supply you with what you're gonna need.
He was the fucking character was on the GTA game.
Created by some evil in the Vortex orchestrated the destruction of the towers, or do you think it was just mankind, like, you know, the man made a mistake? Realized that bringing those towers, now we're going to do that, or was it all, or this was all an orchestrated event?
In February of
Apparently not. Damn it. Fire next weapon. Yes. Submission. Change camera.
Running away? I want to learn about being a ninja. You could be
Who's that?
Actually, I do cover this early on in the book in chapter 45.
Yeah, career-ending
What does that? What does that?
predictions, I call it.
What does that mean? Career ending.
Well, you're going to listen to that guy that said the world's going to end last month anymore?
Oh, okay. So if you're wrong, then your career's over. If the prediction doesn't come
Yeah, you're
true.
done.
Okay.
Yeah, you're done.
Can you give us a prediction right now on our show as sort of something that like throw something out there that could really just like knock our listeners for a loop when it comes true?
Damn it. No. What we're gonna do is we're gonna reload. So I'm not gonna lose all my fucking weapons and shit.
Get lost.
A Catholicism kind of revelation, or you mean a vortex revelation?
Well, it's all combined, but revelation only means revealing. Every race, when it hits a certain point, has to know who its maker is. Has to be revealed to it. You can do. There's not a thing you can do. And no, the world's not going to end. The human race is not going to end. It doesn't matter. A zillion times, people used to ask me all the time, when's the world going to end? I say tomorrow. We'll have fun tonight. Because that's a ridiculous question.
Let's see here. Q and E are the two ones that for it. So
reality as it is, evil has risen to such extent over the last 10 years that people are actually numb to it. You know, I mean, people are disappearing, murders.
Take a seat, kid.
It's Royce the 5'9", danger.
And the Luciferian guy, the guy with the axe in his back, don't think he's not without power. That guy, as far as we're concerned, is as close as to a godlike figure that we're going to find.
Do we need to repent, or do we just need to carry on business as usual?
Carry on business as usual, and you try to be as good a person as you can to yourself, your loved ones, and the people you meet. The rest,
That's what I try to do.
if you mess up, well, you're going to find out. But then there's another thing, too. Like,
God damn it.
we were talking earlier about why they keep pushing that. Number one, no extraterrestrials have been here yet. ET have not been here. Only aliens.
But I thought you
Now you're going to say, what the hell are you talking about?
Right.
Right? Aliens are beings from the astral. They have technology. I've seen their ships, their orb ships, their energy ships. They're nothing like what you would flying saucer type heads that we all, you know, indoctrinated with.
films.
They have technology far
so much
greater
easier
than
with
ours,
PC
and you're seeing it now. I'm talking over it. Troy is there technology.
I mean, I had to
technology is
go
failing
second.
slow.
I knew that was.
Makes sense.
You know?
Fiber optics, alien or not?
Drive-by is so much
That's a
easier.
vortex, dude, of missiles and bullets that are made out of energy that when they hit you, I didn't hit, Rogers would hit other people, and I have the photographs of the bullets coming. That are, we would just pick up Rogers shit from the future.
Right.
But they're here now. The aliens. Them invisible to the naked eye.
Sargel, can I just also touch on one thing before I turn it over to John? I just have one more question.
Sure.
On your blog, you talk about an example of time travel. This really fascinated me when I heard about it a couple months ago.
Right.
Charlie Chaplin, time traveler. Was that a legitimate time traveler?
Well, I wasn't there as in any evidence. I wasn't there to actually take the film, or look at, but I looked at it. That I would say that. Well, the reason I'm saying that is when I went back for Contact, that night that Contact happened, I had done Strange Universe on UPN about 4 months earlier, and it was a very good show, and it was very popular, my episode. And I made a statement on there that I was going to show people the beings that are flying in these UFOs. I was going to meet with them real soon and bring it to the world. A career-ending prediction. And by the time February 10th came, I was like, I guess this isn't happening. I'm shot. I put my whole life on hold for this. Why isn't this happening? So when I went back for Contact, I was the man that was ready to die for what he believed in. I was baiting myself. So I knew the creatures were there. I figured, no weapons, no guns. Here I am. Come and get me. Right? So when I go down that night, there's a
Damn pussy.
They're in a truck, and how the hell did the truck back here? I'm thinking in my head. So I took him and I said, no, but he goes again, he goes, can I come with you? And I'm like, no. And I just took off at a fast pace. He followed me. I was only going to the bridge that night to set up all my equipment. He followed me, and because he followed me, I wound up going past the bridge and down into the valley, and then within a few minutes, Contact happened. How did this guy know that I was going to be there that night?
Unexplainable. I do have one last question, though. You said you won't bring anybody to the vortex. What about Kevin Smith and Jay?
You're not wrong.
Kevin Smith, Silent Bob, and Jay. I mean, because
I don't have to go to the vortex to do that. I can do that anywhere. I do it all over the country, show people the beings right there in their yard. I don't have to take it to the vortex.
All right. I'm gonna pass.
Wait. So you could show us the beings then?
Anywhere. Yeah. Anywhere.
Can you come into the studio?
Probably. We'll see what happens. Things are a little tight right now, but I can do something like that. All I need is, you got a pond anywhere around you guys?
A pond?
You know what?
Yeah, a pond and a pond
Yeah, we can take you to a pond. A man-made pond or a natural pond?
Don't matter.
You want a pond? I'll get you a pond, buddy.
Sargel, I'd be interested in to hear what you think about Mothman. That seems like something that's also related to a lot of magnetic fluctuations and, you know.
Alright, apparently we should now be able to start this.
What a ride she's gonna be, huh? Alright, listen. Get some wheels to the safe house at St. Mark's and pick up a few friends of mine. They're hitting the bank and they need a driver. I gave my word that you were the man, so don't screw this up. Get them to the bank before 5 o'clock, not a minute after.
All right. The bridge was quiet. There was no cars going by. I sensed something around me. All of a sudden, I hear above me. Now, the bridge is 90 feet up. I hear above me, it's like tent flopping in the wind, a tent door flopping in the wind. And it's right above me. Like, what the hell is this? So I look up. I see this man. I instantly take the picture and get him. He backs off. He comes back at me again. My flash recharged. I hit him again. He disappeared. The next day, I go up on the ledge underneath the...
Get in the back! Ah! That's my husband's car!
Ransom Dread. For real.
Get to the bank on the main drag.
5-6. A good shoe starts from.
that. So
What a moron!
Plaster.
Oh, plaster.
Plastered, oh. All right, sorry. I took it that way too.
Be in and out in no time.
But I don't carry plaster.
Well, first you're picking up women, and now you're trying to get friends.
Let me tell you, you can't have a better line.
Yeah, not the vortex in my pants. I got it.
She's good.
All units on evacuate progress by the Liberty Flying Attack.
The John Deal was communication with us, and one thing that he couldn't understand is how I got his picture and survived. He couldn't understand that, and I found that a little strange coming from John because I know he had major encounters. He had major encounters with the Mothman. But then I read that, if you remember, John Keel's first book, you know, his first friend, his famous book was, don't you?
No.
The Pickle Finger of Fate.
Pickle finger of fate. What?
I knew that.
That's John Keel's first book. Yeah,
His first line.
He gave me a letter warning. He knew all about the vortex from Brian, and he actually warned me not to go back there anymore because he felt it was, well, negativity being one thing, and being there, and the other was that the government had a base there, and I still have that letter. Because I was really surprised he would actually write something like that.
We got so much evidence that it's ridiculous. And the reason we're in this little hokey Pennsylvania town is because I told you, the Lenny Lenape Indians were the Indians chosen to guard the vortex. They're in Wanacue. They're in 3 places in the United States only. Wanacue, Montauk, and where I wound up here in Monroe City, Pennsylvania. The only 3 places, and I wind up here. And how I wound up here? After the NASA letter, and they told me basically to leave.
But what I like to think about this place, it's actually one of the last places that Mother Teresa ever came to visit.
And Mother Teresa, when I asked the alien, who do I answer to here? Because I don't know who to answer to. Because there was no reference to finding the voice.
So what do we got here?
Forget about it.
Tony's off making people bleed. Or trying to. He'll never be as tough as his pop. But he left you a note on the table.
The laundry has agreed to pay. You did real good, kid. Go collect the cash and bring it back here. Watch out for the triads. They may be shoving a firecracker up your ass. But don't take no crap. Nobody, I mean nobody, messes with Tony Cipriani.
Get a bomb.
It's down.
Well, I hope. No. Lights on. I want it like it's got to be.
They couldn't handle it.
In the dark.
It's down. Okay.
But like I said, I want people to walk away from it being like blown away at how different it was. And also, like, you know, I can't believe the Tell 'em Steve Dave guys brought this to my, brought the truth out. Just a totally different 180 from what they expect from us.
So we see listenership drop by a staggering 90%.
Why you say that? Who's not interested in this shit, though?
I am.
Right. Sorts on the very first horror theme show.
Okay. He's got some stuff.
I'm in your future. Somebody call a medic. And the pain is my middle name.
Paranormalist.
Everybody says that.
Everyone says paranormalist?
Yes. But unfortunately, the domain name is taken, so I'm stuck with paranormalist.
Is paranormalist a real word? Or
No, I made that up, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll laugh at John.
We're going for a real
Quit fucking
intense
around.
vibe.
Oh, okay.
Nobody's gonna take you seriously, John, if you don't.
I'll sound like this.
Thank you.
Just mimic my voice, my tone.
And John, what is?
More about creatures, particularly here in New Jersey. But I've written about.
And pop fluff in between.
Odd creatures, and there's a.
Do you have any encounters of the 6th or 7th kind?
Are you
At
aware
least
of
the
these?
4th.
You had.
No, not personally. I've had a couple of strange experiences when I was younger, which I think is kind of what got me interested in this sort of thing. But my wife actually had an interesting experience, and I wrote about that. And it's gotten a lot of a pretty large response from the readership.
You wrote about it on your blog?
Yes. Yeah, it was actually one of the first articles I wrote a couple of years ago.
Did you publish a book as well?
No, I got mentioned in a book about monsters of. It's the paranormalist.
So what happened to your wife then?
She's a 7th grade teacher, and each year
My wife is a teacher.
she organizes an annual class trip each year. And for a number of years, up until recently, they were going to Stokes State Forest out in Sussex County, West Jersey. And one evening, middle of the night, one of her students got very ill. She had a severe asthma
This was an
attack.
overnight trip.
It was a weekend, I think 3 days. And middle of the night, this young girl was having an asthma attack. Her parents neglected to tell the teachers that the kid had an asthma condition. She didn't have.
The boss man wants you.
We're going to Aruba.
You carpet muncher.
I don't know where he is. I swear that boy Mark don't know.
Don Salvatore has called a meeting. I need you to collect the limo and his boy Joey from the garage. Then get Luigi from his club. Come back here and pick me up. Then we'll all drive over to the boss's place together. Those triads, they don't know when to stop. They want a war, they got a war. Now get going.
My wife said, "What is that noise?" And the whole camp heard it. At this point, everybody was up. This howling could be going on. And the police officer said, the trooper that was there said, there have been a lot of Bigfoot sightings in this part of New Jersey recently. And he said it very seriously. If he was joking, he didn't give any indication that it was. And my wife has, to preface it, she has no interest in this sort of thing at all. But yeah, she's
Is that hard?
Big red eye?
How you doing?
Yes, yeah. Well, I was completely unfamiliar with this myself because I had always associated Bigfoot sightings with the Pacific Northwest, British Columbia, Washington State, and as I researched it, there's actually quite a few stories about Bigfoot sightings, particularly in that area of West Jersey. And I had read something, I think it was on the Weird New Jersey website, about Big Red Eye, and which, I'm from the northeastern part of New Jersey, from Bergen County. We haven't heard of that up in our area, but apparently it's pretty well known out there. And it's a Bigfoot-like creature, but it's always described as having these glowing red eyes. That's the name. So.
But your wife only heard something.
Did not see anything. She only heard.
So I just want to get very somberly the facts clear here. You guys were in the woods.
His wife
was in the woods, and something screeched.
Yeah, it was a howling type of screech, and it went on for a while.
Surely at some point you were like, there's any number of creatures in the woods that can howl, right?
Yes, I didn't jump to the conclusion.
How you doing, George?
I wrote about the story and the fact that the state trooper said that there had been a lot of sightings in the area. And I got a tremendous response to the article from people who claim to have seen these things out there.
What year would this be?
I'd say it's about 5 years ago, 06, I think. I spoke to a reporter out there, and she said it's pretty well known, and she said even among the police in the Augusta, New Jersey station, she said they know about these things, but of course, being in the position they're pretty reluctant to talk about it publicly. But
what do you think?
I don't know. I'm not one of these people that believe in everything I hear, but I've gotten probably 75 or 80
no fancy crap
emails, comments on the blog, and private emails from people who sound very credible. Of course, you get a certain percentage of people that are obviously either making it up or just.
This is a hobby, right? This is just like something to do for a fun time.
Yes.
We all know. My sister-in-law's in a nutcase. She goes on these ghost hunting tours, and I say to her, "This is what you're doing: is having a weekend out in a nice hotel and knocking around in the dark with some friends, right? We all know there's no ghosts,
right?
And she's
good back there, kid. Real good. Come on, let's introduce you to
That
the Don.
was my
Hey,
attempt to be
Luigi!
cute.
Oh,
That's
my
all the
girls have been missing you so
success
long,
theme.
Salvatore. You've been away too
You
long.
tell them once this unfortunate business is taken care of, we'll all go down to the club and celebrate, okay? It's my boy.
How you doing, Pop?
You got yourself a good woman yet? Hey, your mother, God bless her soul, would be turning over in her grave to see you without a wife.
I know, Pop. I'm working on it.
Tony! How's your mama? She's a great woman, you know, strong, Firenze.
She's good. Fine.
Terrific, terrific. Now listen, you guys, you go inside while I talk to our new friend here. I see nothing but good things for you, my boy.
Oh, that's neat. Let's go save the game and then.
Lineum instead of aluminum. I mean, what's up with that?
But marry you. Like that is the mystery I want solved right now.
You're ashamed?
No, I'm not ashamed. What am I to be ashamed about? It's
What are you have to be mad about, though?
because I'm sitting there trying to enjoy dinner. First of all, it's Easter, so already I'm celebrating one imaginary story, and then
Well, you got a zombie.
right,
Zombie Jesus.
so there's already an imaginary story that I'm dealing with there, but at least I got a meal out of it. Now on top of it, I got to deal with my sister-in-law showing me pictures. You know, let's talk about other things.
Looks like we got a paranormal denier on her.
I'm not.
He's our resident debunker, and
I'm not.
Alright, so I'm gonna just stop here for 1 second. Use the bathroom and grab a snack from the fridge, but I'll be right back. Sorry, puppy. Sleep in front of the door. It's a bad spot. Whole life's a bad spot. Sorry, son. My dog's sleeping in front of the door. Oh, she's a good animal, but. Salvatore's
there?
What are you talking about? You got your Jersey Devil?
Yeah.
You got your Sasquatch?
Well, overall, just
Got
which
your
one?
Mothman.
Which one, if you had to put your money on, you'd be like, you know what, this one sounds the most reasonable.
I've gotten to be friends with somebody that does this. He is a gentleman from England. He's been on Monster Quest pretty frequently, a guy named Adam Davies. And he, in all his spare time, he pays for this with his own money, goes out to these different places around the world and looks for these creatures. He's actually gotten some pretty strong evidence of a upright, kind of a small Bigfoot.
Chupacabra?
No, not a chupacabra. It's something like a small...
Baby Bigfoot?
Yeah, a smaller version out in
Midget
Sumatra.
Bigfoot.
Yeah, and he's actually gotten some good footprints and hair samples that didn't.
Did he have a battle
Yes, and the DNA came up unknown. So, and he's going out there.
That's the kind of stuff. Yes.
He's going back out there in September to try and actually.
Me and the fellas need to talk business, so you're gonna look after my girl for the evening. Hey, Maria, move your butt. Dumb broad does this every time. And here she is, the one and only Queen of Sheba. What were you doing up there? Whatever it was, I bet it cost me money.
Well, you don't think I hang around here for the conversation, do you?
Get in the car and keep your big mouth shut. Take the limo, but bring it back in one piece, you hear me? And watch her. She can be trouble.
Yeah. I'm sure your new lapdog has everything covered. And isn't he big and strong? Hey, Fighter, let's go visit Chico and get some party treats. He's at the rail station at the Chinatown waterfront, I think.
Creatures you've read
that
about.
I've heard of, yeah. And I'm in touch with him pretty frequently, and he seems very convinced of it, although he's...
Have you ever heard of a... You've heard... I'm certain you have, that you've been like... This lunatic's wasting my time. Like somebody's telling you something. Give me one of those. Give me like one that you were like, I can't listen to this.
Oh, I get those all the time. I've had... I had somebody email me the other day and said there's fairies and leprechauns that visit her in her rock garden every day. So, that's very nice for you. Why don't you take a picture of one for me and then send it, and I'll put it on the blog. I haven't heard back. So.
Is she in Jersey? I'd love to go visit her.
Why are the fairies and gnomes hard to believe, but the red eye?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Ah, mira, it's my favorite lady. You're looking for some fun? A little some spank?
Hey, Chico. Nah, just the usual.
Here you go, lady. Hey, maybe you should check out the warehouse party at the east end of Atlantic Keys.
Thanks,
Those,
Chico. See you around.
Gracias. And enjoy. That's good stuff.
Along the same
So
lines
like the
as things that are mythical.
Come on, Spider, let's go and check out this one.
God damn it. There we go.
Thousands of years in the folklore of just about every culture.
Say we care that I killed Chico.
Well, they discovered new species. Didn't they just discover a new species of shark that like glows or something like that? They just discovered like 20 new species in some jungle somewhere.
Yeah, the ocean they seem to find a lot.
Right. So there's no doubt that there's creatures out there that we haven't discovered.
Well, they found those a few years ago. They found those so-called hobbit skeletons. Those small
tell us about
humanoids.
that.
In some islands off of Indonesia, they found small humanoids that actually lived at the same time as modern man.
It was like prehistoric.
They went up to about 13,000 years ago, so they were living alongside of genetically modern human beings. So here was another species of human.
Did it have long feet like a hobbit?
They were normal human proportions, but they're only
Just
about
small.
3 feet tall.
How did they not know as a child?
Right, but you wait here until after the call. I got blood, right?
Formation in the jaw, that they were actually a small type of people that only died out 13,000 years ago.
Did you ever see the Cardiff Giant in person?
No,
I saw it, man.
Did you?
It was fucking cool.
Really?
Yeah. You know what the Cardiff Giant is, Walt?
No.
Oh, this is a great story. It's a hoax. It's not real, but it's a pretty great story. Where this guy in Cardiff, New York, which is why it's called the Cardiff Giant, and you probably know better than me, so correct me as I go awry. But he
to all units. This is narcotics rated NC.
like a petrified person, and then buried it in his backyard, and then left it there for a period of time, and then put a shed in his yard or something like that, and had him do it over with a giant one, and his workers discovered it.
Oh, that's like what work?
Right. And then he went, I mean, that was the thing, right? Display, he charged people to come see the Cardiff Giant. It's pretty fucking cool.
That is.
Anyway, it's up there. When I went up to Cooperstown one year, they have it still on display up there. I checked it out. It's pretty awesome.
Have you been able to like turn your hobby into like any kind of like side project, like any kind of money off of it?
No, the blog that I run has been getting more and more traffic, and now I'm just getting people that are contributing to it because it's just hard.
What's the name of your blog again?
Theparanormalist.com.
Go visit John's blog. It's amazing.
A lot of goofy stories on there, but it's just
No, I'm just saying. I'm not trying. Like I said, I'm trying to. The tone is different.
You want to call his name is Sargel18, and he also has a website. It's www.blog.sargel18.com. It says that he has a lot of personal experience, so we're going to give him a call. Is that, how's that? Cardiff Giant?
Yeah. Cardiff Dong, they call that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they call that. Well, I mean, you have personal experience, so yeah, I was reading something about lost time on your website and stuff like that.
I had a very strange experience when I was about 14. I was coming home from junior high, walking home the same way I walked home every day, and it was very eerily quiet, and I was walking towards this intersection, towards the same intersection I crossed every day, and as I got closer to the intersection, it was getting further away from me. It appeared to be receding in the distance as I was walking towards it.
How they do that.
Yeah.
Respectively.
So then I kind of lost consciousness or memory. I don't remember anything, and I found myself in a different part of town. This is in Ridgewood, where I grew up in Bergen County, and I found
I enjoyed myself for the first time in a long while, and you treated me really good with respect and everything. Well, I better go.
It's
I'll
drove
see
you
you
around. Dude, jack shit.
Takes you away, feel it and chase.
And she said, I just was home and I heard a voice in my head said, go get John, he needs you. And I've never been able to explain that, but I wrote about it in the blog, and I probably have had more responses to that posts that I've written and comments on the blog and a lot of private emails from people. Have any kind of lasting effects. I was okay afterwards, but it was just something that it hasn't had an effect on my life and my daily ability to function.
It wasn't like you woke up with your pants down, your uncle like standing next to you or anything like that. You were just in another part of town.
If it was something like that,
well, I'm asking.
I would have put that in the article if that was the case. And I asked her about that many times over the years, and I said, and she always described it the same way. She said, I heard a voice in my head that said, go get John, he needs you, and she knew right where I was, and I don't remember anything that happened.
Time for some commerce here. Let's go to commercials. We'll be back after this.
Anything. In other cases, they've been driving and they suddenly say they're going on a trip that was normally take them 8 hours. They'd suddenly find themselves, they'd have a period of blank memory. They wouldn't remember anything for a while, and then they would find themselves pulling into their driveway like an hour later. And it would cover like a huge distance of time in a ridiculously short period of time. So I've had a lot of kind of very
We're at war. The Triads have a fish factory as a front. Most of their business goes down at the fish market in Chinatown. The laundry still owes us protection. They reckon the Triads are protecting them now, so I say we exact a fitting punishment. Take those boys over and whack the Triad warlords. Hell, if you get a chance, pop some of their soldiers, too.
A couple later on Staten Island, Stacy upset at me.
Have you tried hypnotism?
Yeah, there was all sorts of lost time.
Have you tried hypnotism to find out where that lost time went?
No, I have. I've had plenty of those type of meetings too. But
we'll edit that clown's comments.
What do you mean edit? That's
Call our unit 1 progress Chinatown. Advise caution.
I was only 14. It was like 2 years before I had my first beer. So.
Any experiences with like seizures before that or anything?
No, there's before.
And your mom didn't take you to a doctor after that?
No, she didn't. She was a nurse too. But my mother was.
Trying to say she shouldn't know.
Maybe she shouldn't, but no, my mother was very psychic, and that was another thing that I think kind of influenced me towards having an interest in this area too.
That's the kind of stuff we're talking about. That's the kind of unexplained.
Okay, so we're gonna call Sergeant.
I think there was somebody trying to stop you from finding that phone number. Some sort of like.
I was thinking I'm getting creeped out. Turn.
black salamanders. I looked at the salamanders, and then my head just started swimming, and then all of a sudden I remembered in Wanacue in the 60s, I was picked up by aliens and UFOs, and who I was and what I was supposed to do. I started...
I'll give this one more try before I'm going to bed.
Drive slower! I'm not walking.
So, but you are the first person to ever discover a doorway to another dimension, correct?
First person that I believe publicly that found a real doorway, not I mean, a lot of people make claims into vortexes, and they got them in their living room, and they got them in their backyard. But what I found is there are 12 pillars of reality, 12 doorways. The most famous one is the Devil's Triangle, but people just can't get to it, because
He's no good. Oh, it's you. Tony ain't here. But he left one of his sugary love letters for you. Oh my God!
I'm hot tonight.
And see what's plaguing Liberty City. Oh, caller, you're on the
In doorways and say these stories and the station go out and try to prove it out to the world. So he's the only person that I know of to actually ask the actual evidence of the effect that happened.
I got more evidence than you could shake a stick at. What you see up on the net and on my site, about 30%, and that's only what I think people can handle. What they can handle drives them insane.
So the other 70% you feel is not able to be processed by a regular person, like a person who hasn't been indoctrinated slowly?
Yeah, even the experts shut down. Their minds shut down. Their brains shut down. At that point, you can't handle it.
How come? What do you think it is about you that makes you different that you were able to handle it?
Well, back in the 50s, they were doing a lot of experiments with what you would call alien and human DNA, and I'm a byproduct of that.
Oh.
I'm also part of the...
A 6th or 7th encounter?
Sorry, what?
An encounter of the 6th or 7th kind?
Well, I got the first encounters, right? I can go talk to the beings anytime I want, the aliens or the creatures.
Walter's asking, are you saying that you are the child of an alien and a human?
Absolutely.
Lono unit, going one progress, tire pump, advise caution.
That's what sets me apart from everyone else. I don't know if you want to call it a hybrid. How about next generation and evolution?
Okay. A star child?
No, none of that's real.
That's the layman.
Get me another donut. I'm hungry.
Real good red sauce, like blood. I'll kill you, Tucker.
My middle name. Somebody call him medic.